That's just what the Heat fucking do, man. Of course. Of course, the Celtics lose after I say they should go 12-0 in the East if they want to genuinely win the playoffs, or I mean, win the title. They lose instantly afterwards, of course. And it was, I don't know if easy, but it was quite comfortable for Miami, right? They forced Boston off from the 3-point line. Um, Boston attempted 32 threes to Miami's 43, and they did that really well. Uh, Kept the turnovers at the same level, and they were shooting wide open 3-pointers pretty much. They made 23 threes out of 43, and none of the 3-pointers they took fell out of rhythm or bad shots. Besides, maybe Tyler Hero took one or two, but I mean, he's the primary ball handler, so that happens. But uh, pretty much all of their shots were really good, in good rhythm, not that contested. Early on, it was Jovic with his 3-point shooting. Um, he kept them in it early. Then everyone else joined him. Caleb Martin had himself a night. Tyler Hero had himself a night. Haywood Highsmith, Jaime Jaquez. Um, and it just flowed really well. Miami also got probably the best performance of Tyler Hero's playoff career. He had 14 assists and was just doing a little bit of everything on the floor. And his playmaking was truly great. He created a lot of good shots for his teammates, and they were able to knock them down because they were comfortable, ready to shoot, man. Everyone was ready to shoot. And it went kinda easy, man, right? It was kinda easy. Um, Bam Adebayo was sensational on both ends once again. His mid-range is so smooth, man. I love his fadeaway and mid-range shot, man. I don't know. It's just something so pleasing aesthetically about it for me. And he was the best defender on the floor. He defended Tatum really well in the second half, and overall did a great job defending. Right, Kristaps Porzingis was awful. He had himself probably the worst night of his season, maybe. Uh, and Drew Holiday didn't do that much. The bench wasn't as effective and efficient as they were in game one. Um, and Miami just forced Boston into tougher shots this time around. Didn't make it easy on them at all, right? They were able to get through all screens. The defense was tight and locked in and forced them off the 3-point line, like I said, forced them into mid-range jumpers, forced them into turnaround fadeaways or drives. Yeah, they did give up some layups early on and some layups you would call too easy, but shit, man, I guess if it was worth it for the fact that the Celtics were forced off the 3-point line and outshot as much, right? Outscore by 33 from the 3-point line is crazy. And with Boston, to me, it's more of a softness thing, man. I still don't trust Jason Tatum in the biggest moments. I don't know, man. There seems to be some type of maybe entitlement, maybe softness. I don't know how to call it, man. But when shit's tight, the Boston Celtics aren't themselves. The only player that stepped up in the clutch was Derek White. He was not afraid of the moment. He was taking and making some really tough shots, and he wanted it. But Jason Tatum, how many shot attempts did he have in the fourth quarter? Like, what was it? One of three he was. He played the whole quarter. I don't know. It felt like he didn't want the ball to me when I watched the game. It felt like he didn't want the ball in that moment. Uh, and that's just what my eyes tell me. Obviously, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player. But the eye test, man. The eye test in the clutch, he just doesn't want it in the moment. And I know he's had big moments. I know he's made some tough shots. I know he's had game winners before. But more often than not, he doesn't want it for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. Is it the mentality thing? Is it an unselfishness thing? I don't know what is it, because we know he can do it. We've seen him do it, but it it's not consistent for whatever reason. Jalen Brown also got shut out fairly in this fourth, and to be fair, the Heat out rebounded them. They didn't have any turnovers while the Celtics were turning the ball over under the pressure, and took just 15 shot attempts, so there aren't many shots to go around. But if you're a Jason Tatum and you're one of the so-called top 5, top 10 players in the league, uh, I feel like he should have done more, man. I just feel like he should have done more, and he didn't. And he was great to start this game off, right? When the game started in the first quarter, he was hooping. But once things got closer and tough, I saw Jason Tatum out there coasting, not being aggressive enough. Um, I don't know, man. Just something off about Tatum for me. And I think that's what happened to a lot of people. That's why he doesn't get this quote unquote respect he deserves, if you want to call it that way. But all respect to Miami. They came in with a game plan to force Boston off the 3-point line. They came in with a game plan to just, hey, if you're open, take the shot you have. And they were taking and making them with confidence. And like I said, the shots they created were really good. The shot quality had to be really good for them this game. Tyler Hero made all the right decisions. Not all, but most right decisions, because you never can make all right decisions pretty much. But he made most of the right decisions, and was just great. Was in control. Was a distributor, like I said, with those 14 assists. And that's what you want to see from Tyler Hero. And Caleb Martin, like I said, he loves playing in Boston. And Bam was the defensive anchor they needed. Bam was the defensive anchor. They threw some zones at him. They were switching pretty much everything, and the Celtics just couldn't figure out what to do. Um, the Celtics couldn't figure out what to do, and now we're heading to Miami. And Jimmy said, "Don't let us get one." So I don't know how to feel about Boston after today's game. Honestly, I would feel very discouraged if I was Boston. And if I was, Celtics fans, I'm not saying they can't win the title yet, but something like this to me does not scream, confidence. Let's just put it that way. Shout out to Miami for making this more interesting than I thought it would be. So that is that. As always, be kind to others, and heat culture forever. Okay, sorry, Anthony Fantano. I'm sorry.